All right. Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem. Now, on the side with elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, and all the street brothers who out there doing work in sincerity and in truth. Now, this lesson is entitled Managing Your Money and Affairs. All right. Because oftentimes, in this truth, which is good to have I just do the work mentality. But that's part of it. Now, in your daily life, you know, you're supposed to manage your affairs and different things that you do according to the scriptures. All right? There's a way that you're supposed to live, a responsible way, you know, and starting with money. Like, look, a lot of J be like, I ain't got no money, I ain't got this, I ain't doing that. Oh man, if I was making money like this, brother, I'd be straight. But in actuality, no, if you was making money like that, brother, you'd be worse off than you was before. And the reason why is because a lot of J, when you put a scope on their life, they go out to eat 4 times a day. They just buy random stuff for no reason. They do all this and they don't document anything. They don't document what they got going in and what they got going out of their house. So they just blow money, and by the end of their pay period, Jake be having $4 left, or Jake be negative 40 in the account. And it be because of their negligence. It don't be because you didn't have the money, you know? All right, go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 7. Deliver all things in number and weight, and put all in writing that thou givest out or receivest in.
Right. So it tells you, put all things in weight, and also put all things in writing that y'all deliver us out or deliver us in. And what that means for your house and all your affairs. Like money that you got coming in, Jake, what you should be doing, the average amount of money that you make every pay period, you should write that down, Jake. Write it down, and then put your priorities on there, which is all your bills first: electric, gas, water bill, cable bill, internet, all that stuff, insurance, gas. And what I mean by the other gas is the gas for your car. And also extract the groceries. And if you got child support or other things going on, or the garnishment on your check, but a lot of times the garnishments that be on your check is because you never called them and agreed to a payment plan, Jake. But anyway, just going back is you go back and you put all that on there and you deduct that from how much you make. Now when you deduct that from how much you make, you see how much you have left over for the rest of the month. And if you and even if you like to bullshit with some of your money, you need to put that in your priorities too. This is my bullshit money for the month. I'm gonna bullshit with $200 or whatever. I'm gonna bullshit with $300. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, whatever pleases my soul. I'm gonna do it with this amount of money. And once you reach that limit, you need to stop, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times this ain't happening. This ain't happening, man. So what does Jake do? Jake just get reckless and just start spending and spending and spending, and before you know it, he's broke. You gotta be responsible, man. That's the main reason why a lot of guys are broke. Because you ain't documenting what's going in and what's going out. Because if you got $800 left over after you done got done deducting all this different stuff, then that means you had $800 until you got paid again. Now, how the hell did you blow all of that? So now that makes you take a scope in your life and be like, okay, I'm blowing $800. How? And correct it. Get your shit together. All right.
This is the book of Acts chapter 20 verse 35, I have showed you all things, how that so laboring he ought to support the weak, and to remember the words of the Lord Yahushua, how he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
Exactly. It's more blessed to give than to receive. The Lord that showed you how to do it. He gave you the blueprint on how to do all these different things. And then another thing that Jake would do, like I say, you will see a very stable brother who may make a lot more money. But there's a reason this brother is stable and you not. All right? Because you look at him and you see the way that he moves, he's not blowing his money. He make a lot more money, but he don't blow any of it. He finds sales for his clothes. He finds different sales. He finds different things that he do. And he budgets what he got going on. And you looking at him and like, well, if I was in his position, I'd be different. But nah, you don't budget. You don't do anything. All right, so therefore you hurt yourself, man. You hurt yourself. And the Lord gave you the blueprint on how to do it, man. And so then after you done blew all your money, what do you do next? Hey, brother, can I dip into the tights? Can I do this? Can I do that? But when you go back into your life, your money got blown, man. You easily blew $200-300 on some bullshit. You know?
And if I could just add, you know, we talk about this truth, we talk about the importance of being temperate, we talk about the importance of utilizing discipline. All right, so if you're not disciplined in one area of your life, and although you may be disciplined in various areas, at the same time frame, you're still on balance, man. All right, so how can you run a kingdom if you can't even run your household? Now, we're not saying that you're not going to get short for the lack of money from time to time, but at the same time, that should not be your fucking lifestyle, man. You know, you have to budget, man. And that's, you know, you got brothers, you know, just on the grind, so on and so forth. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, man, if you have discipline and things of that nature, hey, in certain cases, you can stretch that money and you wouldn't have to be working like that.
Yeah.
You know, because really leisure goes into your leisure time. And of course, remember, I just did a video this week saying that brothers shouldn't be overwhelming themselves working like that. You know, whoever that applies to, there's nothing wrong with having a second job. But at the same time frame, you have to be disciplined in all things. If that makes sense. You know?
You have to learn how to utilize all your assets, man. That's the key. Utilize all your assets.
Sirach 37:16. Let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. So before you, the nature of this society is that it makes you an impulsive spender. You know what I'm saying? Because of convenience. All right? And a lot of times, spending money and becoming broke is like becoming overweight. All right? Because if you're eating and you step on a scale, you may not weigh anything different. But if you step on a scale 30 days later, you picked up 5 pounds. Because over a period of time, you're slowly gaining weight. But that's how spending money is. When you spend the money doing that day, you feel like, well, it's a $5 purchase, that ain't gonna hurt nothing. That's a $6 purchase, that ain't gonna hurt nothing. But if you look at your account summary within a 30-day period, you just spend $300 on stuff that's not even really accounted for, man. It adds up, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've experienced it, man. And a lot of times, as soon as you leave a budget, you slip into becoming broke because you're not creating boundaries for your money, man.
Yeah.
Can you read that one more time?
Yeah, Sirach 37:16. Let reason go before
Reason, that's your logic.
Yeah.
You know, so if you sit down, basically creating a budget, you know what I'm saying, then that's what this is talking about. This is your reason, sitting down, breaking it down from utilities to gas to miscellaneous and so on and so forth. That's your reason creating a budget, man.
Right.
All right?
And I want to bring up, like I say, you see the stable brother again, but really, you spend more money than a stable brother who make more money than you. Like, how do you dish out more money than a man who can afford to dish out money? That's why you broke. A majority of Jake. I ain't gonna say, because you know, sometimes, well, my situation, yeah, Jake have a situation where You know, hey, Jake might only have $100 or $50 left, you know, before they get paid again. But for a majority of Jake, you had about 200-300. You blew the shit though.
So I can just add, you know, Jay gotta get into cooking.
Yeah.
Because if you really the best way to budget with it, because food takes up a lot of money. And if you're not cooking, you're gonna spend a lot of money on food. Especially if you're on a health tip, which you should be, then you definitely be looking to cooking. Because cooking can help reduce the amount of money you're spending, man.
Yeah.
And that's the definition of a budget. When you go into the origin of a budget, it means wallet or a leather bag. All right, so if you're budgeting, you're gonna have income within your wallet, within your leather bag, man. That's the purpose of calculating this method.
They have a system called envelope budgeting, where you would take, except for your rent money and you know the stuff, the big stuff, car note money, you would take money out your bank account and you'll put it into different envelopes, so they'll give you a realistic illustration of what you're actually working with. You got an overview, so you say, okay, third
to Caesar's what is Caesar's, and get a Lord what's Lord's. All right. Yeah, and also another thing you need to budget is your tights as well. Amongst all those problems, your tights need to be on there as well. All right. And once you deduct all that, then you go on accordingly. All right.
This is Philippians 4:12. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound everywhere, and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need.
Right. So he knows how to handle both. All right. So he knows how to take. If he lost everything and all he had was a lemon, he knows how to make lemonade with it. All right. That's not going to stop him. And you have to be the same way in this truth. Stop looking at other people and be like, well, if I was in this situation, I'd do this, I'd do that, I'd start a business. No, you need to learn to work with what you got, man.
You know, like to say, the bank manager, man, that makes 6 figures, we believe, he'll come to the break room with a mayonnaise sandwich, man. You know, just because, I guess, because of eating up all your money.
You know? Because when you eat out every day, man, I've done it before. When you eat out every day, I remember when I first got my first full-time job, and we was eating out. And back in the day, you know, you go to Burger King and shit, you know, you ain't eating stuff. I've documented how much money I was spending 5 days a week. Man, that shit came out to be $350 to $480. I said, man, hell no. I got food at the house and I can bring it to work versus spending $480 a month. For what? Just to eat on an hour lunch break? That's crazy.
You used to call me tuna at work. So I bring tuna. But you crazy the amount of money we not making and you spending $10 a day for a little 30-minute lunch? My goal was long as you pay money every time I get paid.
You got spaghetti, you got red beans and rice, you got tuna, you got sardines.
Make it happen.
No excuses, Jake. No excuses. You got good food you can live off of. Go ahead.
Luke 16:10. He that is faithful in the least is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
Right. And that's why we mentioned earlier. Like I say, you look at yourself because you see a brother probably make 6 figures. Or you see a brother make a lot more than you do. And he has a stable lifestyle. And you tell your situation is fucked up. So you tell yourself, all right, well, if I was in his position, I'd do better. But nah, the scripture's already telling you. If you don't even know how to manage what the hell you got going on now, how you gonna manage with all the substance this brother got?
No.
The substance of damage. Now you have free access to do whatever you want because you have more money. And with that behavior, there's no barrier to prevent you from it because of your income.
Something you brought out. Let's say you do have the money. What's your standards now? What's gonna keep you from over drinking? What's gonna keep you from chasing all these women? What's gonna keep you from blowing money on whatever, buying all the shoes? What are your boundaries?
Yep.
That's what we have brought out. Like now that you have the access, What's gonna stop you, man?
Yep.
A lot of Israelites, the only thing that's keeping them alive is the fact that they're broke, man.
Yep.
The only reason why they had died of drugs is because they can only afford marijuana.
Yep.
All right. But so if the Most High give you a blessing, what's gonna stop you from coming to down with it, man?
All this shit is self-government. You know, and that's the strong. You have to be able to stop yourself. If you can't move yourself, how can you move other men?
Yep.
If you can't control your own spirit.
Exactly. You got a woman at the house, and that motherfucker batshit crazy, and you always messed up. Well, really, it's your fault because you didn't manage your household. You didn't manage it the way that you were supposed to be managing it.
Yeah, and then you know. That's like
go ahead. No, you got it.
Hey man, if you figured out a budget for your house, you gotta respect it. Cause hey, I understand it. If people don't, your woman or your kid don't respect that budget, hey, some changes gotta get made, man.
They gotta leave.
They gotta leave, man. Cause if not, y'all gonna be suffering. You know, so like I said, the word Lord. If you look up the word Lord in the blue letter Bible, the Hebrew word Lord, it goes into decision maker. So you are the decision maker for what goes in and what goes out of the house.
And the woman will take you down. Because just like on a personal level, you know, I have a so-called friend in the world. He always had like money. He still stayed with his mom, so on and so forth. So he had money. But now he has a new girlfriend. He never has his car anymore. And he's calling back and forth asking for money, man. So it's no excuse. You've been living with your mom for the past 10 years. You got 2 jobs, but you still fucking.
Hey, but that's why
the money going to that woman. She's spending his money.
That's why the scriptures, man. When we come back to our nationality, hey, brother, the brother that said it had the truth now, but he's right. But when you come back to your nationality, man, even a woman you deal with, that's a business move. We had arranged marriages. That was a business move. We married out together. We married the 2 families together. Now we connected. That was a power move. So when you get a woman, you gotta ask yourself, is he a liability trying to holler at these little bars and shit? You gotta ask yourself, when she comes into my world, is she gonna be an asset or a liability? And my life is gonna be better with her, or it's gonna be worse with her? Because
I'm gonna go broke.
Is she gonna help me blow up my money, or she gonna help me add money, man? Because in this world, it behooves you to have a woman that's good with managing money, man.
Because you go through hell.
You go through hell, man. So once a woman see that you're a real man, she don't need to take advantage of that. She need to add to that, man. So when it comes to women, man, you gotta put your foot down and ask yourself, is she a liability or asset? And then you gotta put the foot down, and make sure that when she create that structure, they have to adhere to that structure.
Hey, and then the money that she's taking away from you, you could be applying that to child support anyway.
Yeah. So either way,
with a piece of money.
Yeah. See, as Lord over your house, hey, you can be controlling it. Like she needs to be adding to you. All right. And like I say, like brother was saying, if it ain't working out that way, then you just gotta be like, all right, well, you gotta go. And the reason why is because you add nothing to me.
But what does it say? She goes down the way thou mayest help her, cut off, give her a bill of divorce.
Why? Because you're gonna end up getting jacked up. And there's plenty of men who done went broke from women, and this brother just gave an example for it. All right, let's get these last scriptures.
Well, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 21. There is that is hindered from sinning through want, and when he taketh rest, he shall not be troubled.
Right, so it's saying, hey, because how, just mention that. It's a man that's hindered from sinning through want. He's not sinning because he can't. Like, he's not in a position to do the shit he really want to do. Jake get that money. I think they get some money, bro. They act a fool, man. You like, goddamn, you spent $1,200 this month on harlots, on prostitutes, and you broke.
Then they'll rationalize it. Well, you know, really 3 times a week you just take it out. Because hey, stop thinking with your wee-wee, man.
Yeah.
Stop thinking with your ride, man.
All right. And another way to justify it, Jake would be like, well, really, all these hoes. You gotta pay for all these hoes anyway. No, Jake. Nah, see, that's the reason you broke, and that's the reason the next man not.
Yeah.
When you hear about his woman, oh yeah, my woman, she bought this. You know, oh yeah, my woman, she wanted to do something for the brothers because, you know, she know I'm gonna be with the brothers, so she paid for all this. Hey, you start hearing about that. You like, all right. Why? Because Jake has asset. Jake has somebody that actually is has no problem with adding to him. You know, and making his ideas come true. And that's how you have to be. You have to manage all that. All right.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 1, verse 1 through 3. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners.
Teach you ungodly methods.
Spend that shit and
Spend
get
that
it right,
shit, get it right back. Grind mode.
Right back.
No sleep because you on the grind, so on and so forth. That's what the ungodly teach you. Or you basically paying for it already, so continue to pay for it.
That rapper Drake said he started throwing 20s at the strip club, fuck ones. And I'm like, dang, like, since when does a woman deserve all that for getting naked? Like, I mean, you can literally give a woman that you just met, buy her $50, $60 worth of drinks, and you will have her for the night. Like, what? Like, dang, Drake. Look, see, but that's what they teach you. The ungodly, the counsel of the ungodly, teach you to blow your money. But they go back to Esau, because Esau don't want you to live this way, Jake. When you go back to Black Wall Street, what was Jake doing? Jake was keeping their money within themselves, and Jake was generating money. With everything that they did, they money worked for them. Or as down south, we'd say, hey, that money twerking. You know, what it means is the money twerking is your money pleasing you. Your money is doing whatever you need it to do. And you enjoy it because it's generating its own money. You ain't even got to think about it. And when you managing your own affairs, like we was getting on a woman, as a man, you shouldn't have to, a lot of things you shouldn't even have to think about upon coming home, man. You shouldn't think about it. Why should you have to clean this up, cook this, do that, such and such, such and such? Nah, that's the point of this lesson. Manage your affairs, Jake. Have your house in order. Have your money in order. Have the when you're dealing with the camp, be in order with the camp. If you head of the camp, hey, the camp needs to be in order. You need to be checking this or like what's going on here, what's going on there. If anybody gonna be involved, it needs to be you. You know?
The Lord is unstable, the household is unstable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Picture if the Lord was unstable.
Yeah. I was actually going back to like the Lord, you know, the Lord of your house. But we can refer that to the house shot too.
Yeah.
If your house shot was unstable, then the body will be unstable.
Oh, we'd be messed up, man.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Your house shot would start sinning. And so we wouldn't have been forgiven the sins.
And the word, you know how to say women want an alpha male? The word alpha means head, right? Goes to the head of a situation. So if you're a man of the house, you're automatically the alpha male, man. So you're the head, man. So the head gotta be wired straight so the body can be straight, man.
Go ahead, bro. Last one?
Nope.
Oh.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night.
Through the law, it tells you the importance of budgeting. Okay? How to be that alpha male, a spiritual alpha male. And at the same time frame, you still can do whatever you want, but certain time frames, hey, the money may be a little slow, so you're gonna have to restrict yourself.
Be patient.
And be patient with that process, man.
And what's that in Deuteronomy 17? It tells you after a man has paid his tithes, paid off all his responsibilities, the rest of his portion, he do whatever he pleases with it.
But you have to be balanced within that process, because let's say you're doing all of that right, but if you're overspending, hey, I need about 20.
Hell yeah.
I need 5. B, I need 40 of the Kazakh. I need 60. And then the brothers, they're gonna help you, but hey, you can't continue to do this all the time, because when you do this, hey, you gotta make that window dry.
You know, if I can say this, going back to brothers that spend a lot of money on food. I mean, personally, I spend most of my money on food. Like it talks about the ant, wash the way of the ant. because they basically have no king and they gather their stuff during harvest. And what you gotta do, man, if you buy your staple foods, if you stock up on staple foods, you got all type of recipes, man. If you buy whole wheat flour, if you buy a big bag of rice, if you buy your beans, your lentils, your spinach, and if you buy all that stuff, you gotta function like you're in a third world country, man. If you stock up on your staple foods, that's your base for all type of recipes, man. Whole wheat pasta. All you gotta do throughout the week is buy the stuff that adds on to it to complete the recipe, man.
Cooking better, ain't it? Really?
Yeah.
Tastes better.
You're an Israelite, so more than likely the stuff you gonna cook is better than the stuff that you was buying, man.
Yeah, but Jake wanna be spoon fed and shit.
Yep.
And that ain't the way that's spoon fed in the kingdom of heaven. But now, you ain't getting spoon fed nothing.
Nope.
Alright.
Verse 3, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
That's what we're supposed to do with the scriptures, man. And therefore, when we utilize the scriptures, that's that living water. Okay, and we just like that tree. We're gonna be fruitful in all things we do while we being guided by the scriptures. Like going back to the top, the part of the scriptures is you'll be a general over your household.
Proverbs 27 and 24, for riches are not forever.
And the reason why, because riches is compared to wealth. Wealth is basically a mechanism that generates itself. Riches don't do it. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Like Esau is wealthy. Jay-Z is per se rich. You see what I'm saying? Anytime you have cattle, you have slaves, you have oil, so on and so forth, that generates. All right? Go ahead, bro.
And doth the crown endure to every generation? The hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field. And thou shalt have goats' milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance for thy maidens.
So the Most High is going to give you your daily bread.
Yep.
You know, he's going to give you your daily bread. You just have to be, circumspect on how you do it, how you utilize it. Right?
Yeah. And Solomon tells you in the book of Proverbs, it tells the sluggard who won't harvest will be destitute. So you know what I'm saying? So it's even telling you, hey, you need to harvest your crops, all this different stuff ahead of time before the fucking winter comes. Alright? Because ain't nothing gonna be growing there and you're gonna go hungry if you don't. So it teaches you to just be responsible, man. Alright, go ahead, last one.
This last one, Luke 14:28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Lest happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it.
Say something. So why would you get a $60,000 car when you only bring in $30-some thousand? You see what I'm saying? Why would you get a house or an apartment you can't afford? Therefore you got more outcome going out than income coming in. So at that same time frame, you're always gonna finish last.
Yeah.
Live within your means.
Live within your fucking means.
So they're telling you to count the cost, man. That ain't just counting the cost before you come into the truth. That's counting the cost for your whole entire life, man. That's how you gotta move. Or else you will never have shit.
Lest happily after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, and all that behold it began to mock him, saying,
Satan will utilize your carnal means, your desires to get you out of the truth. I can't report the camp because basically I've been working. I can't do videos because I've been working. I can't fellowship that much now because I'm on the grind. I gotta catch up with these people.
That stream of income, man. Don't destroy. Don't let that be prioritized over the truth, man. So whatever your schedule is with being with brothers and doing lessons, don't let your little grind dominate that, man.
Saying this man began to build and was not able to finish.
Because that's what it's gonna be. Like he started some shit he couldn't even finish. That boy bit out more than he could chew. Everybody looking at why you get that car, man? You got Mercedes Benz, bro. You a janitor, dog. Like what you get that for? Hey, that thing fly though. Like yeah.
But you not fly.
Yeah, you not fly. Your life ain't fly. Hey, you need to get you a fully paid for a car, do something that you can do. You know, but Lord will brought us was edified, man. And Lord will, this was edifying to you, and take heed to it. Shalom.
Shalom.